so we can go in with this morning's presentation. I'm very, very pleased to welcome you all on behalf of the offices and directors of the Baltimore Chamber of Commerce. We're thrilled to see such a nice group of people. We're thrilled to see all of them together. We're thrilled to see most of them together. No, we're thrilled to see all of them together. Being with us this morning, it's my pleasure to first introduce my day after attention Reverend Joey Giannino from the First Parish Church of New Ireland Education for the One. Again, thank you very much for your attention.
There's a famous story about Edward Hale, a Unitarian clergyman who served as chaplain to the U.S. Senate. He was asked if he prayed for the senators. He replied, "No, I look at the senators and pray for the country." Let us now pray together. Spirit of life, of love and justice, dear God, we give thanks to the earth and all of our many blessings, for all those we love and who love us, for this community on this plot of land and its people entrusted to our care. We give thanks especially this morning for the opportunity to be with one another, to listen and learn, to stand our ground and to admit we can be wrong, to change and grow together. We ask for a blessing on this gathering of those who are joined to celebrate this election season and who are preparing to make their minds, hearts, hands, and spirits ready for service. Here within the bonds of friendship and democratic rivalry reside the spirit of the eternal, ever unfolding in creative collaboration and healthy debate of ideas, ever bending toward a civic vision of justice, healthy commerce and education, human care and expression. May we keep in mind all the people, women, children, men, and youth of this diverse and growing urban center. May their faces and stories embolden us to speak and to act with reverence and humility. May our circle of business, government, and civic leaders continue to widen. May we embrace the variety of gifts and talents of those who desire to serve, and who already by their presence make Malden the vibrant city that it is. We know what is right to do, dear God, and you nudge us along the way. Help us to make it so, that our joy may be complete. In the name of all that is holy and good. Amen.
We're pleased to thank our gold sponsor, Tony Conway, who was a nice photograph on the inside flyer of the program notice this morning. Save the Apple One Shop was Tony. Thank you, Tony. You want to stand? Just stand up. And we also thank the Capitol Ambulance and the Capitol somewhere. This is the only person in the room that you don't want to see coming to your house. But not actually. Thank you. Doing the coffee is not here. John Calvinitis is unable to be with us this morning, so I'm sitting here. And as he is our wonderful president this year, and Rodman Walker pleasure now to, again, welcome you and Mayor Richard Howard and all that. I'm going to give a speech on this one. I'm sitting here, I'm wrong, telling you about how you heard from me when I was a Malden, and now the roles in reverse, so I'm very pleased to invite our wonderful mayor, who I all know. Thank you, Richard.
Good morning, everyone. First thank the Chamber for putting on this very important function, so we get to hear from the leaders of all today and tomorrow. And my congratulations and my thanks as well to the candidates that you'll hear from this morning. Walden, as we always say, an important election is at an important point in history. And the people that you'll hear from this morning hopefully will be leading us forward in what are pretty difficult economic times, especially for organizations like the Chamber of Commerce who want to know what is at the local level, the state level, and the national level about the economy and jobs. And you've got to provide for productive activity to take place. And I believe that the candidates that we're on today will give you some ideas. The ideas that they want to mention to work on, and hopefully that all and continue to be a great place not only to live in and raise your family, participate in our public schools and all of our other activities, but to be a place of business as well. As well, they understand that employers are important for citizens because they provide those employment opportunities. So I thank the candidates for taking the time out of their lives to be leaders in the city, and good luck to them all, and thanks again to the Chamber.
Before we begin the main part of the program today, I'd like to introduce our head table. We are thrilled to have with us Diane Smith of Home Health, who is the past president of the Chamber of Commerce. And our senator from Malden is Maldonado. I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you my lawyer joke of the week because people are expecting to tell you that. So, what you don't know is why did New Jersey get all of the hazardous waste dumps in Boston, get all of the lawyers? And the answer is, New Jersey had first choice. I am my lawyer joke of the week, and on that, now I'd like to turn over the program. These are also political last time. Anyway, I'm thrilled to now present Ted Post, our wonderful executive director.
Okay. I think this is working. Ron, if it's not working, if you can come up and help me out here. First off,
that needs to be connected.
Ted,
Wait a minute, Ted.
that needs to
Here's
be
the one that
connected.
is wireless.
you gotta have the right one.
That was not on.
This one.
Okay.
No, it wasn't, shut it on.
Well, I was going to say that this is an experiment, so we're learning as we do this. I really want to thank you all for being here. I especially want to thank the candidates for being such good sports, because I've constantly shown my ignorance about one of the candidates I had to call 2 days ago because I didn't have him on the list, and he was a great sport about that. I appreciate it. The mayoral candidates, I had to say to both of them, I'd love to have you here, but this is really focusing on the city council. And the reason is because we, businesses in Malden some of the time really don't get to know the city councilors, and somewhat vice versa. And we really want to promote that dialogue, not just for the folks in your ward, but throughout the city. And so we're hoping that this will help out today. We're asking every candidate, we're going to ask each get up for 2 minutes, and I'm afraid I'm going to be one of those in sort of a pain here by going this at 30 seconds, when you have 30 seconds, and this at 2 minutes. So we just, so that we can get through the program, we really appreciate everybody trying to limit their remarks. And we're going to do this at the same time again by, I'm going to ask the candidates to hand the microphone off to the next candidate, and we're going to do this just from table to table, staying at your table. First off, I did want to, Kim Coy made a reservation today and something came up, and he wanted me to tell you that he really wanted to be here but could not, and appreciates you coming to this, and if you can check his website for more information. So, without further ado, I'm going to just start here at this table because this is the table of our newest organization in Malden, the Malden Restaurant Owners Association, which was formed this last year. And we have Lisa Urbaszewski, who I'm not going to ask to speak. Here is the secretary of the organization. But so if I could just start with Jeff Dunn.
Thank you, Ted. Thank you, Chamber, for having us here. My name is Jeff Dunn. I'm a last-minute candidate. Ted called me 2 days ago, and I was happy. I was coming here to get away with you guys from work, but a little history about myself. Former Ward 4 councilor. I served 4 terms on the city council in Malden. I've been off the council for the last 4 years, and I ran again this year because I don't feel that the city's going the same direction we were moving 4 years ago. Sitting at the table today, the main concerns that we have with the Restaurant Owners Association over here, inclusion. A sign ordinance doesn't work. The folks really feel like they weren't included in the way this thing was charted. It needs to be revamped. It doesn't make it real easy for them to meander through it, working in the business community. The meals tax, the way that was gone through, it seems like this stuff was already budgeted before it was even approved from the city council. They had asked us at the table, myself and Ted Crow, if there could be some sort of program that they wanted to incorporate early on in the onset of this thing. If you could use some of that money and put it aside for promotion of local businesses. That wasn't done. You know, if we're going to take this money, and it doesn't seem like a lot of money to the folks for a meals tax, it's not for people family home, but these people are looking for promotion, foster partnerships with the city, and there's not enough of that. I think I bring that to the table. I brought it to the table before. A lot of folks in this room know me, very vocal, very controversial, and I enjoy that. Keep people on their toes. If you're not doing your job, you need to move on. You represent the people of the city here. Let's do it in a fashion that brings everybody in and includes them, and let's move forward. If you think we're in a better place than we were 4 years ago, I shouldn't be here. I don't. I know where we were headed, and I'd like to continue on that direction. I want to thank you folks again for having us here today, and enjoy your breakfast.
Good morning. First, let me apologize for a bit of a cold today, but plenty of hand sanitizer so you're all safe. I'm Peg Ford, I'm running for City Council in Ward 1. I'm currently on the school committee, and I have been for the past 8 years, and I'm really proud to be able to work on behalf of the students and the staff in Malden. I don't know if people really realize how big Ward 1 actually is. It does have a very large commercial footprint. Super Stop and Shop, we have the Great Dockside Restaurants already, a Ward 1 business, and we have over here John Boone's Tavern, who are sitting at our table. And as Jeff had said, that they're really concerned about the strictness of the sign ordinances, talking to other businesses. Really, we need to streamline it to make businesses easier to come into the city and to grow the businesses that are already here. Again, we already have the meals tax in place, and we really want to see how we can work together to build the capacity of those businesses, in particular the restaurants. Because if we do that, we're going to gain more revenue for the city, so it's a win-win situation. So I think we need to, they're talking about that they're losing a lot of businesses to like Station Inn and new, they're promoting well. So we need to do that for our businesses, to bring the money into the Malden. We're losing the money to Medford right now. So if we work together, I think it can be a win-win situation. Win for the city, win for the businesses. So thank you for being here this morning, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.
Trino. I'm running for City Council Ward 2. Many of you probably know me, serving the last 8 years as Vice Chairman of the Malden School Committee, President of St. Rocco Association here in Malden, and Chairman of the Board of the YMCA. So I was coming across, preparing today, and I came across a quote I read in Small Business Administration magazine. Small businesses create about 2 of every 3 new jobs in America each year. More than half of working Americans own or work for a small business. And small businesses drive American innovation and competitiveness. Why not be here? That's why Chamber of Commerce is so important. The key walking up and down Highland Ave and some of the small businesses in Ward 2 was communication. Parking is always an issue because we're in a tight residential area. Infrastructure, whether it's road repairs or sidewalks in front of the small businesses, were key to most of the businesses that I walked over the last 3 months. With all those said, people want to see their counselor using their businesses in the ward. People at my table have expressed their concern, whether it's improving the Malden public school systems to draw more people into the city, create businesses. Another person at my table mentioned they'd like to see City Hall knocked down to open up Pleasant Street for City Hall, which is something we've talked about for a few years now. The key for me is to walk the ward, get to know the businesses, and ask for your input so that we communicate, whether it's electronically or by phone or by foot, and to be there for you. I will be your voice on the City Council. I appreciate all your support for the organizations that I am on the board of too. Thank you.
Do I have to stay here? Can I move over here? All right, great.
I'll follow you.
Thank you. I was unprepared for this this morning. My name is Neil Kinnan. I'm the City Councilor from Ward 6, or otherwise known as Maplewood, which includes Maplewood Highlands, and South Providence. To paraphrase Calvin Coolidge, I think the business of America is business. The business of Maplewood is business. When I first started running for office, I focused on Maplewood Square and the over 50 businesses that were there. The first thing from a retail perspective is safety. So as a council, I focused on safety issues, and then secondly, parking issues, trying to make 15-minute parking, 2-hour parking, that type of thing. But more importantly, we talked about the meals tax. I think the city is going in the right direction. Might have had some more input on that, but the projects that we are investing on the meals tax will hopefully bring business to the city, and for my focus, particularly for Maplewood Square, which again, for my own focus, is probably the most vibrant square in the city today, far better than it was 4 years ago from my perspective. And with over 100 businesses in the Maplewood Ward 6 area, it is vitally important that you do well so that the city does well. And we focus on that every day. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you everybody. Sorry about turning your necks. My name is Greg Lucy and I'm running for re-election for Council at Large. Just give a little background on myself. I'm the current president, and just as important as the Council at Large position, I served 6 years on the school committee prior to winning the seat on Council at Large, and gave me a great feeling of what the families that make up our city. So to me, that's more important than anything. We're up to, just talking to Ryan, who's a teacher at the high school. There's 550 freshmen this year, which is a big number. We're up to 1,800 kids at Malden High. Another big number. We haven't seen those numbers since I graduated in class of 75, which there was 784 or something like that, the biggest class ever in Malden, so I'm told. I too, along with Neil, I supported the meals tax, so I'll give a little word on that. Of course, when it was first presented to the City Council, we did not pass it. When it was suggested that we put community projects in there, projects that the city would never see without the meals tax. So for that reason, I support it. I think it's some of those projects are definitely going to enhance the city, and for that reason, I support it also. Going around the city this election cycle, it's amazing to me that next to public safety with police, probably the second biggest thing that I keep on hearing is the downtown area, which I was surprised because over time, you know, it's been talked about so much. I thought maybe people have kind of given up on it. Most of the retailers along Route 60 or the individual squares, which Marvin is probably unique in that sense that they do have the individual squares. So to me, it's very important to me. There's the City Hall, where it's site where it stands right now. It's more than just opening up Pleasant Street now. It's the money that we're going to have to sink in that building, which doesn't make sense. So we have to get off that site. There was mentioned some zoning issues and sign issues. Some of that does need tweaking. I don't think a business that comes into the city, sometimes it's very difficult for them to, whether get an occupancy permit because they're changing the use of business. But a lot of times, to me, it's not that big of a change. I'm a Chamber of Commerce business owner. My family's owned an insurance agency in Malden for over 40 years. We don't require a lot from the chamber. We sell ourselves, but the downtown area could definitely need some help. So between the Chamber of Commerce, the city, and the City Hall, with the promotion of the City of Malden, we should be able to upgrade that, and that's what we need to do. So thank you, and thank you for coming out. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Mike Drummond. I'm a candidate for Ward 1 here in Malden. My background, basically, I've been in the city 20 years. I'm on the parent advisory board at the Volk in Wakefield, where three of my children went to. Two of my children still live here in Malden. And I'm also on the parade committee, which everyone knows, we do the water and the Christmas parade, or parade of holiday traditions, as it's called. My background also is in retail and manufacturing for the last 29 years. I know it's like working a business. I've worked in a family-owned business. I see it grow. I see what it does to the community, how they invest back into the community. And I believe the city should really support the businesses and bring in, only really right now in Malden, in Ward 1, the main question or the main problem I'm seeing knocking on door to door is people are concerned with public safety, like Greg alluded to. And the only way to get that is to be able to fund the police and the fire. You get new businesses in, it increases the tax base. It brings new people in, you get new taxpayers, homeowners. And I think in the long run, overall, it does affect the operation of the city, and the city should promote it. We've got some great restaurants, like I said, in one, and industrial down there, and we're doing a great job, but the city needs to promote it more. I think it should promote it. It would help in the long run, and we'll see. It would be nice for them to do that, and we'll go from there. But, thank you all for coming out, and thanks for having us. Thank you.
My name is John Matheson. I'm a candidate from Ward 3. I want to thank the Chamber of Commerce. I want to thank the Irish American for having us here today. The challenger for my office in Ward 3 was able to be here. I hope as well. I was out there knocking on doors the other day. Let me stop by saying, I'm a lawyer here in Malden, so I do have a small business. It's me and a couple of 30-year staff members that work right here in Malden Square. I was out knocking on doors the other day, and I asked someone for their vote, and he said, I have a hard time voting for you, John. I'm going to tell you why. I don't like lawyers. That's odd. I thought everyone liked lawyers. But I said, listen, let me ask you a hypothetical. Say someone you went to school with, came from the all family, went all the way through the public schools, was ambitious, and he wanted to be the person who's family with college. He did that and did well, and he wanted to go even further. He went to law school. And then when he was a lawyer, while he's trying cases, he's going to business school nights to get his MBA. Then he comes back to Malden, buys a house, sets up shop, gets involved in the organizations, gets involved in government, comes and asks you for the vote. Do you give him your vote? Because you're talking to that guy right now. So that's who I am. I was also speaking with some folks from the Restaurant Association. And I think it's great they all got together because they deserve a voice in Malden too. And they said they were meeting with some people from the city, I'm not going to say who, and they heard, look, you don't even live in Malden. So I don't want to hear about whether or not you like the meals tax, don't let the meals tax cuts in your profit margin. Don't give it to me, you don't live here. And I said to him, I don't care if you live here. You work in Malden. You employ people in Malden. You pay taxes in Malden. Your opinion does count. And you're cooking my food, and I don't mess with anyone who cooks my food. So that being said, everyone's going to have me to talk to when I'm on the city council. I appreciate your time and listening to me. I hope you enjoy your breakfast. Thank you very much.
Thank you. My name is Jim Nestor. I'm the current councilor award for the downtown area. A little bit about myself. For the past 17 years, I've been in the financial services industry. For 2 years, I had my own consulting firm as well. So I understand the difficulty over the last few years with the economy that we've been in, how difficult it is to run a business, because I was trying to run a business at the same time. I understand your P&L. I understand how tight your margins are. I think that we have to be a conduit between the government and your businesses to make sure that we drive people to your businesses. And again, if I could just note on the downtown area, I'm proud to work with Debbie Burke and the MRA and Steve Wachowski and the mayor. We have some exciting things going on down there. Over $3 million in improvements to the downtown area between the streetscape and the parking lot. We've got a fantastic project coming in, hopefully,